Hello everybody, Striker974 here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about YouTube's monetization policies. Oh boy, is this a doozy. So before anything, I want to say, check out my friend Dohinkin Chronicles channel down below. I'm going to link him in the description. We do squad talk. It's tonight, or when this video is uploaded. We do it at around 10 p.m. Eastern-ish? I think that's the time. I don't know. Just check out his channel. He uploads every single live stream we do into parts. I'm on Squad Talk. I regularly go on and we discuss things that involve gaming, sometimes even real-world things. So, and we have a lot of fun, and we hope that other people can enjoy watching us. Now on to today's topic. YouTube's monetization, and their new policies regarding it, and the new things and the drama that's surrounding it. So, without further ado, if you've been living under a rock, or you just don't pay attention to YouTube news, you may not even know this exists, or what this is, or what even YouTube monetization is. So first, I'm going to enlighten you on what YouTube monetization is. YouTube monetization is basically when a content creator, example PewDiePie, makes a video. Pew uploads a video, and he starts to make some money for it. He makes money for it based on the ads that go on that video and the ads that are placed. Because he's so big, he can decide what ads go on his video and what doesn't, because his video is considered content. And from this, he can get money, and he can earn, basically for all the ads they put on, YouTube gets some money, he gets some money, and it's a pretty happy relationship for all three, because the product normally gets sold significantly more if they're placed on such a popular channel. And they're presented to more eyes. Now that's basically what monetization is, and this works for all content creators. I don't have my videos monetized just because, one, I'm far too small to do it, and two, I just don't really see a need for it at the moment, or maybe even in the future I might not see a need for it. But that doesn't mean that other people don't do it, and I do see how people can get a lot of money from it, especially if they make content towards their fans. Now, the thing is that a lot of YouTubers, they start off not really for the money, and some of them still aren't really in it for the money, they just have the money as a side thing. But the money is a good part to why people continue to do YouTube, and why they continue to work their way towards doing things on YouTube. Now we discuss what monetization is, let's discuss quickly on YouTube's changes in policy to YouTube, to the monetization. Basically, what they did is they said that they set forth a couple of rules that they have, and if you do not follow said rules, your video can be considered not ad-friendly, and therefore be turned monetization off. Now, here's where the issue runs in with content creators and advertisers. What they want is what they consider as ad-friendly really hurts the freedom of speech of people on YouTube. Because keep in mind that a lot of content creators stick around on YouTube because they're able to make money. Some of the productions they do towards the end, or as their channel progresses, it gets more and more expensive. So the equipment they have is expensive. It just costs more money for them. Maybe even the house they start to live in is a little bit more expensive. So they rely heavily on monetization. However, if their video contains anything along the lines of controversial topics, such as depression, mental disorders, things along those lines. If your video contains those, if your videos talk about rape, if your videos contain swears, your video's monetization can be turned off. And the issue with this is that people that talk about a lot of these topics and even cover the news, get a lot of their money from the monetization that happens.
Go get it.
So basically what ends up happening is YouTube gets into this debacle where they set forth these rules that a lot of people don't agree with because they find them unfair and not cool. Or just not cool overall. Which is understandable why they would set forth these rules, and I'll explain that in 1 second. So first, let's quickly go over the YouTuber's problem, the advertiser's problem. Sorry, the advertiser's problems, which are they don't want to put their product on a video that is not so, I guess you could say, friendly, consumer friendly. There's something. It's just not what they want to represent, which is fair. It's reasonable. It's within their boundaries completely to say, I don't want my content to be in this, or I don't want my product to be on this person's content. However, right now YouTube just has this bot going around that just kind of does all this work for them and just kind of censors it based off of tags or key swear words indicated within the video or keywords within the video, and they don't do it themselves. And when they want to do it themselves, they put it in an unnecessary amount of manpower and work that they could just have a bot do, but the bot is incorrect and due to flaw and fatal to be flawed. So YouTube has put themselves sort of in a giant hole at the moment. And the thing is that there's a lot of counter arguments to which is what people think about it. I'm going to quickly tell you my personal gist on it. As stated before, I'm not monetized. However, I find this extremely messed up personally. I just don't like how people are forced to dumb down their personality or their persona based off these YouTube rules. And basically the argument I have is that what YouTube fails to realize when they implement these sorts of things is they fail to realize that the content creators are the core of YouTube's business. They are the core to why YouTube is so successful. It is not because YouTube creates something. YouTube itself doesn't create anything. It hosts servers to share videos on. That is it. That's all YouTube does. YouTube does not generate, YouTube does not create something. It's not like Elgato creates a capture card, or Microsoft, which creates numerous products like the Xbox, which I'm playing on currently, or their PCs. They do not generate, the YouTube itself does not generate anything. It just hosts servers. It is the content creators that create content for YouTube and make it profitable. And what I think is messed up is the fact that YouTube is this is just an example of the many things that YouTube has implemented to try and censor its website and try and censor the content creators and dumb down their personalities to a more childish level, or to make it more childish to add so they could get more advertisements in to get more profit for themselves. Which I think, at least to me, that's quite messed up, because they don't create anything. They just host a bunch of servers that cost some money every year, that people put a lot of hard work into generating money to creating content to generate money on their website. It just seems strange to me for them to go out of their way to create such an user generated content friendly ideology and system. That just seems weird to me. I don't know about you. And now that we got my 2 cents, let's get back to the topic of the monetization policy and really ultimately what it's going to lead to. Now, it doesn't take much to figure out that this new policy is very, very broad. If I were to read it to you, like the way I described it in this video, a lot of times I paraphrase, but I literally described it almost as much as it described it. It literally just said this, and this, and it just left open very broad margins. And I think the reasoning behind this basically is, well, we don't know what the advertisers want, and the advertisers don't feel the need to go out and they set these broad margins because they don't feel the need to go out and try to nitpick videos of what they want unless that person is individually sponsored by them. So that's another little issue going on. So ultimately, what happens to YouTube is nothing very beneficial at the moment. What I feel is going to happen to YouTube is I feel that I'm going to have to agree with some of the YouTube comments when it says that YouTube is in need of some competition. YouTube has gone unrivaled, uncountered with for who knows how long. Its biggest competition at the moment is Twitch, and even then, Twitch doesn't offer the same services as YouTube, nor does it have the same premise as YouTube. However, it's about I think it's hindsight and about time that YouTube goes and gets some competition, because this isn't the first time they've done something like this. This is definitely not going to be the last, but it's about time that they realize what kind of a hole they keep putting themselves in when they do stuff like this. You've heard my stance, however, I'm going to bring up some popular counter-arguments that I feel are good before you can truly make up your mind, because here on my channel, I like to have you formulate your own opinion, and not be so blinded by me just saying, ha ha ha, World War III, or anything like that. So I like to have you have your own opinion, your own 2 cents to add in, and feel free to leave that in the comments, too. I'd love to hear what some people think. Anyway, so one of the popular counter-arguments is this is well within YouTube's right, and this is well within the advertiser's right. My counter-argument to the well within YouTube's right is they don't make any content, they don't make any products. However, it is still within their right because it is their platform. Another popular counter-argument is it is well within not only YouTube's right, but the advertiser's right, and I can't really counter-argument that because it is within their right. However, I feel like if they're going to want such freedom of product placement in certain things, then they should go out of their way to actually look at the products themselves and see, they should go out of the way to look at the content themselves to see what their product's being displayed on, and not have a bot do it that's just going to seamlessly ban people for saying, like, one keyword. So if you want that, if you want a product such as that, if you want your product to be placed on certain videos, and you should go out, or certain commercial or certain TV shows, you should look at the show yourself or the video yourself to see it, or put your own bots out, or just take a look at it for yourself, because a bot never does it as well as humans. Counter argument to what I just said is that people don't want to put the manpower forth. Fair enough, I can see that. People, despite us having so many people in the world, a lot of people don't want to be sitting around watching videos all day. Actually, it's a lie. A lot of people wouldn't mind sitting around watching videos all day because they have more important stuff to do in terms of the company. Overall, this YouTube problem, and now that we've gone over most of the popular counter arguments, also one other popular counter argument is this professional? Is it professional? Is it professional to swear and do all these things? And obviously, it's not professional, but it's what the content creators' personalities and personas are, and they swear commonly and stuff like that, and that's them, and taking what they are away from themselves isn't such a smart idea in the long run, I feel. That just doesn't seem to slide with me personally. It probably doesn't slide with a lot of YouTubers, because they have to make themselves they have to either betray themselves and their fan base, or make it so they can't get money and are eventually forced to quit. So that's the counter argument to that. And with the question of is it professional, the question is it professional to do something like this on YouTube's part, to where they put their only source of revenue in such a debacle? Is it that important? And the solution, at least for me at the moment, is unclear. It's either you adapt to the new policy, or you're big enough to the point where it doesn't actually affect you, because this actually really only affects medium to smaller channels. So, at the end of the day, it's really dependent on how big your channel is, stuff like that. And looking at it now, I can see the problems, I can see the benefits, and I don't see quite a clear solution that will benefit both parties. Not to say that there won't be a solution that will benefit both parties very soon, but at the moment there just isn't. Now, with all that said, I want you to formulate your own opinion and let me know what you think personally. I've already spoken my opinion. I've already spoken what I think personally. I've went over basically everything I could, or just about could, in this video. But like I said, you let me know what you think down in the comments. You let me know if this is like trying to create a safe space on YouTube. That was a popular thing I saw. Or if this is trying to support the heavy conservatives on YouTube, or anything along those lines. That's all for today's video. If you did enjoy, please like and subscribe, and I hope you liked the little ending thing I'm putting towards the end, and the beginning thing I put. I have a bit more gameplay here towards the end if you want to watch. If you don't, that's understandable. So, without further ado, hi.